Well, you've been waiting for this for quite a while. Today I'm going to reveal which engine I'm going to be using for my fastest Clio in the country, what gearbox I'm going to be using, and how am I going to marry all of this together. Stay tuned. Let's go. That's a good one. Welcome back, guys. I know you've been asking what engine, and today I think I will reveal what engine I'm actually going to be using. It has been delivered today. Absolute massive thanks to Danny from Custom Productions. He's the one who sourced me this engine, and by saying his name and the company, most of you already probably guessed what engine I went with. But before I openly reveal what the engine is, let me talk about Custom Productions. They are gonna be helping me with my season, with the build, with the Clio for this year. Basically an engine and all the other things that I will need to make the conversion will be sourced through Custom Productions. If you don't know who the Custom Productions are, well, you bloody well should. They're the people who, again, if I say, you will know what engine I'm going to be using, but they specialize in engine conversions, and they are really popular in the Clio scene. They put those engines in Mark III, Mark II Clios. Their own Mark II Clio with a sequential was an absolute beast. So yeah, Danny, thank you very much for helping me out with an engine. I don't have all the other parts just yet because we're still not sure what sort of mounts we're going to be using and how we're going to position everything, because obviously the car is undergoing the new T45 cage being built by Gosling Racing. So once all of that is kind of finalized, we will know what we need to order from Custom Productions, including the shafts and everything, and maybe the manifold and whatnot, because obviously they've developed the kit completely for Mark III, Mark II, like I said, version, and they have all of the things already bolt on. And the key with all of this, the key is I want an easily swappable engine, because I don't want to build an engine. I had a build engine and you constantly worry what happens if it goes. Well, if it goes, you're faced with a really hefty bill of repairing it. I am going to be running this engine standard. So if this one goes out, new one in. Easy as that. And I know for a fact they will hold enough power. And probably I said enough things for you to guess what engine I'm going to be using. Anyways, guys, actually, little competition. Go down into the comment section. No cheating. Do not fast forward. Go down into the comment section and write what engine you think this is. All the right answers are going to be in a draw to win a t-shirt. I have a spare t-shirt, so I'll make a draw in one of my next videos, and the lucky winner will get a free t-shirt. Why not? So yeah, don't forget, click like in there, go into the comments and write me what engine you think this is. Okay, next order of business, the gearbox. The gearbox has been here since August. It's made by Kotuk or Kotuj, or I'm not quite sure how you pronounce it. Formerly they are Caps, and they are in Czech Republic. Here's a little map for you if you don't know where Czech Republic is. The company is amazing. Unfortunately, they're not really sponsoring me. But the gearbox promises to be an absolute beast. This is basically MQ350. So for some of you, this is basically an OTM Volkswagen gearbox. This one is rated to about 800 Newton meters. It's a 6-speed, fully sequential, all billet aluminum, sort of CNC machined, all in-house. All the gears are obviously straight cut gears. It comes with a dash display and everything. And look at this, look at that. It's a carbon shift lever. I mean, I cannot wait to just go down and up the gears. Some people ask me, oh, why don't you go paddle shift? Well, I need to experience this. If I don't experience this for the year, what's the point of all of this? Maybe next year we can always go for paddles. So yeah, the gearbox, like I said, has been here for quite a while, because obviously it's all custom made, custom gear ratios we talked about with Neil from Kotuk, and we decided what ratios we will need. Unfortunately, it was decided on the older engine, but I don't think it makes much of a difference because we are going to be running a bit more power, but top speed is the same anyways. It took a little bit of time to get to me, but it is what it is. And like I said, since August it's been sitting here in a box, and I decided not to fit it for the end of season. I decided to sort of do this winter sort of upgrades, and the engine went, and we're going to be fitting this gearbox. Not much else to say about it, to be honest with you guys. It's basically ready to go, just bolt it on. So how am I going to marry this engine, which I still haven't told you what this is, to my lovely gearbox? Would you like to know what engine this is? You know what? You'll probably guess as soon as I start talking about this. So there's a company, well, there's a guy, he has a company in South Africa, Super Drivetrain Solutions. Have you heard of them? No? I'll leave a link to his Instagram, and obviously in the comments there will be a link to his YouTube channel. You must see it, and all of his other socials, Facebook, because believe me, after I tell you all of this, you might want to check it out, because you might be ordering a few parts from him. He basically specializes in conversion, the DSG conversion, DQ250, DQ550, and basically all of them. For not only this engine, many other engines. I think it's Evolution, I think some Volkswagens VR6, and the Honda K series engines. Yes, you guessed it. Well, some of you guessed it. Some of you probably told me, well, probably I'm gonna have few people unsubscribe, because I'm not staying with Renault, I'm not going with Volkswagen, I'm going with the K24 engine. Anyways, so Super Drivetrain Solutions designed this kit for a DSG gearbox. So theoretically, what you can do, you buy this adapter plate, it comes with everything you need. It comes with the intermediate shaft, it comes with all this sort of, all the nuts and bolts and everything. And it's machined aluminum, it's CNC cut and everything. So you know the fitment is going to be perfect. And you can convert your K engine or even Evolution or anything to run with a DSG gearbox. If you don't know what DSG gearbox is, you've been living under a rock, my friend. It's a dual clutch transmission as found in a Seat Leon, like a Fast Dave, the Mark 7 Golf R, basically all those flappy ones, you know, they make them for, gosh, I don't even know, many different models. So effectively, it's sort of an automatic transmission, but you can remap them. So effectively, it's a cheap man sequential gearbox, and they hold a lot of torque. They're really tunable, just amazing transmission. A lot of people sort of tend to sort of start putting them into cars, and Super Drivetrain Solutions, they have a video where they're building an Evolution with a DSG box, and it just sounds mental. It's just so quick because it's dual clutch and there's no hesitation, no nothing. So yeah, I spoke with him, and yeah, he came on board, and he definitely helped me out designing this kit, because strictly speaking, he did not have a kit to fit directly from K24 directly onto my gearbox, because this is an O2M gearbox. It's similar, extremely similar to the DSG box, but there's a few small differences, mainly on the bolt spacings for the, what's it called? The four-wheel drive solution thing. So what he had to do, he actually had to buy half of the gearbox. He had to machine it make it flat, scan everything, design everything in fancy software, and then he had to modify the design and made a brand new adapter plate, and we know it's gonna fit, so I'm not gonna have the same problems like I had on the previous one. I mean, luckily the last plate that Eden from GearBox actually cut me, that was absolutely perfect, because we know that I've done pretty much a full season with no issues, so we got it wrong, we got it right. But this one, it's aluminum, it's supposed to be really light. I'm obviously haven't taken it off this of the casing, but yeah, so it all mounts in. There is minimal work that needs to be done on the gearbox. Also, what he's done for me is, because obviously the gearbox, the DSG gearbox comes with this dual mass flywheel and a special sort of viscous clutch sort of thingy bob. I'm not really sure exactly what it is. So for the fully manual sort of shift and stuff, I needed a custom flywheel. So again, custom made specifically for my needs. Obviously he has designs now, so if you guys want the same gearbox or an O2M with a K24, in the comment section, go down, check him out. He has all the plans, he can do it. So we're using a Tilton twin plate clutch. It's a motorsport sort of spec clutch. I'm not quite sure. I think this is 7 inch in diameter, so it's not the smallest of the 5 inch. The previous clutch I had was basically a standard size. It was from CG clutches, which lasted me well. They don't have the most amazing reputation for some reason. I don't know why. I've dealt with them a few times, never had an issue, but some people have an issue. So I'm not swapping to Tilton because I had an issue. I'm swapping to Tilton just because it's Tilton. Anyways, doesn't matter. So all of this has been designed by the same guy in South Africa, all married together, all pre-assembled, and we know that it's gonna work and literally just fit onto this new engine and stuff like that. So the flywheel is actually aluminum as well, so super light. All custom machine with a sort of metal insert in the center, and cannot wait to see what this is gonna sort of do for me. You probably want to see the engine, right? I mean, you've seen. Ooh, almost dropped it. I mean, you know what a K-Series engine looks like, right? Actually, you know what? I haven't even opened it yet. You're gonna be the first to see it. Ta-da! I mean, what can I say, guys? K24, Honda engine. Yeah. I don't really know much about them. What I do know is they are absolutely brilliant, because Honda just created an absolute sort of legendary sort of K-Series engine platform. I mean, the K20, K24, you can do the K20. Anyways, you may ask, why K24, Rusky? Well, two reasons really. One, bigger displacement. I want more torque. B, on the K20, the rev limit is a lot higher. I'm going to be using a turbo, obviously, and we don't need to rev this engine to 9,000 RPM. So the K24, it's sort of standard 7.8 thousand. It's absolutely perfect with a low down torque, and obviously the 2.4 will give us more power ultimately at the top end. They're strong engines, and Americans have been pushing them to some silly numbers, stock engines, without even being opened. And this is what I am going to be doing. Literally, this is how it's going to be sort of installed. Obviously, all of these taken off and brackets removed and stuff like that. But they've been pushing them to like 500-600 at the wheels. And I've seen videos, and you know, they say that they last. So theoretically, I kind of budgeted for 2 engines per season, so to speak. If that's the case, I am good and I'm happy. So basically, this engine needs to last me essentially 4 time attack events. And then if it pops, I get a new one, drop it in, and we go again. So you see my point. It's almost makes sense, doesn't it? Because at the price I can get this engine here delivered, it costs more to open this engine and repair things, because obviously I'm not an engine builder. If I was an engine builder, maybe it would have been cheaper if I can take everything, but this is not really an engine building sort of workshop. So it's more expensive to replace things, and obviously because you buy my old Renault engine had fully forged internals, everything. So it doesn't usually happen by miracle that one thing goes, let's say one piston or one ring or one valve. If something goes wrong, half of it needs to be replaced, you know, like the bearings and all that stuff. So it easily goes above 1,000–2,000 pounds. These engines are still around 1,000 pounds per engine. You know, I mean, depending on the condition, depending where you source them from. The reason why I'm going with custom productions is not only I know Danny personally quite well, he has a really good reputation, but the place where he sources his engines is a really trustworthy place. All of those engines come from Japan. They are inspected, they take the cover off and they look on the inside, and you know, I know that this engine is clean. It came of Honda Odyssey, I believe. They're automatic, all low mileage, so around 50–60,000 kilometers. So they're not from Honda or whatever, you know that they haven't been drugged. And I did see some pictures and videos of the inside. I'm very happy how it is. So yeah, guys, here you are. I'm not gonna I think I talked long enough for this sort of one take video. But now you know what is going to happen with the fastest Clio. Honda K24 with a fully sequential 6-speed MQ350 gearbox by Kotuk, and super drivetrain solutions, adapter plate with a custom flywheel and tilt-in clutch. And for the power, I think I'm gonna be bolting a Garrett G. You know what? Actually, if you don't want to participate in winning a t-shirt saying, well, you probably know now. Anyways, go down into the comments and let me know what turbo do you think I should be running. The goal on this engine is to reliably have around 500 horsepower. So give or take 15 horsepower here and there, because all this season I've been running at about 435 on the old Renault engine. The shell and the car is going to be lighter, so I don't need a massive amount of power. I don't need 600 plus, so anywhere around 500, give or take, would be absolutely fine. So let me know, what turbo do you think I should be putting on this engine? Because I already have a few ideas, but I want your input, guys. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. I'm very excited to fit all of this. And once again, thank you very much to Danny at Custom Productions, at Kotuk Gearboxes and Super Drivetrain Solutions. All links and their social media is going to be in the description. Go check them out. They're all super cool people. Well, never personally met this. Never met him either, but I've seen his videos. Well, I've seen Neil's videos. Anyways, now I'm blabbing. Bye, guys.